fructose is the predominant fruit sugar in fruit. Is it bad for you if it's a toxin? Well, when God creates a poison, he wraps it in the antidote naturally.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So ZDogg, America's favorite low-carb, anti-vegan YouTube doctor, is back, this time giving his impressions of the keto documentary, The Magic Pill. Well, we were originally introduced to ZDogg when he gave his very medically and factually challenged review of What the Health.
We did a video about a documentary called What the Health, which purported that a vegan diet could cure everything and was the only way for humans to eat that was, first of all, ethical and also healthy, and also cured everything from chubbiness to cancer to AIDS.
Well, instead of making fun of the claims of the movie, it would actually help to actually fact check some of the stuff. But first of all, just stop lying there, ZDogg. Nowhere in What the Health did it say anything about AIDS and vegan diets curing AIDS. You're just pulling stuff out of your butt there. But as far as helping with obesity and cancer, yes, vegan diets have been shown to help lower your risk for the most common kinds of cancer. And also vegans tend to have the lowest BMIs, healthy body mass indexes.
Well, it turns out that documentary was a steaming piece of crap, and we called it that.
Well, truth be told, it was ZDogg's review of What the Health that is a steaming pile of crap. And many vegans, including vegan medical doctor Garth Davis, called him out on it.
He then makes fun of me and asks, have I ever done a physiology class? Does he really think I'm just making stuff up when I say this?
So this is a diet that is different from vegan diets to the extent that it focuses on high fat and low carbohydrate.
And as you'll see for the rest of this video, ZDogg has a deep fear about carbs and is actually, for a medical doctor, quite ill-informed about carbohydrates.
You only have a limited amount of glucose in storage in the form of liver glycogen, muscle glycogen that you can burn through really quickly. Here's a good example. If you have something sugary and then you go and try to run a marathon, you'll hit what they call the wall in just a few miles, where suddenly you feel like you're so hungry and you're dying because your blood sugar has crashed.
Really, runners hit the wall in a couple of miles. Maybe that's what happens to people like you who have no glycogen stores in your body, but runners don't hit the wall typically till around mile 20.
I did this diet, the ketogenic diet, high fat, low carbohydrates, for 8 months. I lost about 10 or 15 pounds, which for me, I weigh at baseline about 150, and I'm about 5'5", so I'm a short guy, I'm not a big guy. That's a lot of weight.
Well, yeah, but it's a well-known fact that a large percentage of that weight loss is from water loss. And it turns out he didn't even have a great experience on the ketogenic diet. His health was suffering.
My LDL cholesterol went from around 80, which was good, to about 170, which was not good.
LDL is bad cholesterol, and you want that level low. However, 170 is considered high LDL, which is bad. And this experience of ZDogg's eating all this meat and getting a high cholesterol level disproves this myth of low carbers that dietary cholesterol, they say, cholesterol in food has nothing to do with blood cholesterol. Well, the increased cholesterol levels for both ZDogg and Sean Baker eating these high meat ketogenic diets disproves this low carb myth.
The other problem with that diet is I couldn't sustain it because I couldn't eat with my family. They're carboholics.
Carboholics? Oh, really? I would love to see how they eat. What I see from ZDogg here is, again, just some prejudice, biased wording, because like I said earlier, he is fearful of carbohydrates. So if he sees someone eat even a relatively modestly high carb diet, much higher than what he feels comfortable with, he labels them as carboholics.
And that's partially, I think, the reason why we have an obesity epidemic is we shifted from a reasonably high fat diet to a reasonably high carbohydrate diet, particularly refined sugars in the form of sodas and things like that.
Wow, so much to unpack from that extremely misleading statement there. First of all, Americans do not follow a high carb diet. Data from our own US government shows that Americans get around 49% of their calories from carbs, not even remotely close to a high carb diet. Secondly, people on high-carb diets do not get obese from high-carb diets. If that were true, people like myself, people eating the traditional Okinawan diet, people eating Dr. Esselstyn's high-carb, low-fat, no-oil diet would be obese, when the truth is we have healthy body mass indexes. Thirdly, let's take a look at again what he's considering carbohydrates.
Particularly refined sugars in the form of sodas and things like that.
So if Americans are getting obese from eating junk food with refined sugars, don't blame high-carb diets, which can be whole food, plant-based, as we recommend and do on this show. Don't blame high-carb diets for causing obesity in America. Cause it on crappy junk food choices. But again, ZDogg has this fear of all carbohydrates, even those found in fruit.
Fructose is the predominant fruit sugar in fruit. Is it bad for you if it's a toxin? Well, when God creates a poison, he wraps it in the antidote naturally. So a fruit is full of fibrous matrix, which slows the absorption, which means, and this is why vegans really love fruits, because it's actually absorbed very slowly, so you don't get these spikes in insulin, you don't overwhelm the liver's processing ability for fructose, and you get the benefits of the vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that were in the natural fruit.
So, aside from his deal that fruit is a poison, what ZDogg just said there is actually factually accurate for a change.
Now, what happens when people grind it up and juice it into a paste? You release all the fructose from its matrix, and that is not good.
And it's for those very reasons that ZDogg outlined why I prefer making smoothies big time over juicing. Because in juicing, you're throwing out all the pulp, all the fiber. So it's not as much as a whole food as smoothies are. Smoothies are more intact. They have the fiber and everything in there still. However, that said, as you'll see here, ZDogg and his show co-producers still can't make a clear statement as to whether smoothies are healthy or not.
Janine says, so a fresh fruit smoothie is not good for me. This is one of the biggest lies in the cultures is like that people, when they have that big glass of orange juice in the morning.
Wait a second there, bro. The caller was asking about smoothies, and now you're talking about juice. They are not the same, as ZDogg just said.
They think they're like really doing their body good, you know, like I'm being healthy. I might have 2 glasses of orange juice. It's like, you might as well drink a Coca-Cola. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
No, bro. As much as I'm not into juicing, 2 glasses of orange juice are much better for you than drinking a Coca-Cola, which doesn't have fructose like in orange juice. We're talking about highly processed, high fructose corn syrup, plus a bunch of gnarly other crazy chemicals.
and again, I'm going to back down from that a little and say, look, if you want a fresh fruit smoothie once in a while, that's wonderful. You'll get the vitamins, you'll get the minerals out of it, but you will also get a big dose of sugar.
Make up your mind there, ZDogg. Earlier, you said juicing is bad because it separates the fiber and pulp from the sugars. But now you're saying smoothies, you have to be really careful. Only have them once in a while because you're going to get all the sugar. Make up your freaking mind.
Now that diet has become the new religion and vegans use it as a moral movement to galvanize people, they will say things like, how can it be that there are many different diets for all different kinds of people when animals, look at animals, they all eat the same thing. And it's like, you idiots don't realize that we all evolved in different geographic regions of the world, or what? Because I'm confused.
There is no one size fits all for every genetics. Like, for example, the ketogenic diet probably wouldn't work for me because I had small atherogenic particles of LDL.
Oh, really, ZDogg? Please inform me, educate me here. So you're saying there's some kind of genetic condition that affects large percentages of the human population, not just like a small, like fraction of a percent, such that they are not able to eat plants, or at least a high plant diet? I find that hard to believe because most people eat plants already. So why can't they just eat even more plants and all plants? Please explain this to me, ZDogg. I'm calling BS on you here. Anyway, this video just keeps going on. They really don't even talk much about the magic pill, just more carb dissing, anti-vegan stuff like we've seen here, like typical ZDogg videos. So anyway, leave your questions and comments down below. What do you think about ZDogg and his anti-vegan carb-fearing approach? And if you're not already, please subscribe to our channel and hit that little notification bell to make sure you get notifications for all our videos, my live streams, and activity on our channel's community tab. So until next time, ZDogg, get informed on the subjects that you speak about so poorly, and keep it carb, baby, keep it carb.